Good morning. This is the Big JB for Morning Thunder. Let's see. You will probably see, or at least hear, my commuter train drive right by behind me. There's an accident in the city that I drive through from home to the station, so I'm running late. And I was hoping to get here on time. I pulled into my parking spot just in time to hear the railroad crossing bells, which you might also be hearing in the background. It's rainy today. You might be hearing the drip drops on the roof. And, oh gosh, what else? Oh yes, yesterday, guess what I woke up to? Morning thunder. Quite literally. We've had some thunder and lightning in the region, and it's been really awesome. I really like it. On my way home from my Thursday night group last night, I saw all kinds of lightning. It was kind of a cool show while I was driving home. So here's the morning yawn. Usually I'm a little bit more awake by the time I do these because I'm doing it from the office. But today I'm doing it right now. So the other day I said there wasn't going to be a tweet. Dang it. I did that earlier when I was kind of sort of rehearsing what I was going to say. No, in fact, I was actually recording, but while I was stuck in traffic, and the traffic started moving, so I couldn't continue. So what I said in my tweet was that there wasn't going to be a morning thunder because some stuff had happened in our neighborhood. And then yesterday, I just didn't have any time to post anything. So on Wednesday night, or actually Wednesday during the day, there was a drug bust that happened in our neighborhood. Local police, in cooperation with the FBI, raided several homes and locations around the South Sound area. Actually, it wasn't even just the South Puget Sound area. It was all around Seattle. And one of those homes, apparently, where there were drug dealers or drug manufacturers or whatever, was in our neighborhood. Fan-smegging-tastic, and literally right around the corner from my house. Now, to be fair, I had no idea that there was anyone even in that house. About a month ago, there was a family that lived there. They were active in the community. They had kids in the elementary school. They did the elementary school events. Dad walked his kids to school every day, and a couple months ago they had worked on taking some tree limbs down, trimming some things up, replaced the fence, so we figured they were going to sell the home. Now, I don't know if I ever saw a for sale sign on the home, so we just assumed that new renters had moved in. I assumed that after this event happened on Wednesday, because honestly, I did not know that anybody was in that home. I never saw any cars there. I never saw anything happening at that home until the other night. I saw a pretty slick looking silver car parked on the lawn out front, and that was the first time I had seen it. And the next day there was a bust. Now, my wife said that she had seen that car before, but I never had. So I don't know how long they were in that home. My impression is that they were not in there that long. I mean, maybe a month. So it's not like in our community there has been this big drug issue. But man, I am ticked off that somebody chose our neighborhood to do that. My neighborhood is not in the ghetto, just so you know. The homes in our area are not nasty looking homes. There's a lot of very nice looking homes. It's a nice neighborhood. Kids get along together. So I mean, it really is a surprise to me that they were there. Wednesday morning, we woke up to what sounded like fireworks, but it turns out those were flashbangs that had been thrown in the home. I drove by the house on my way to dropping my oldest off at her bus stop, and did not see cops out front or news vans or anything like that. I didn't notice any broken windows, or anything, any evidence that anything had happened. Now, I didn't notice it. Doesn't mean that it wasn't there. I did see a whole bunch of cars parked in the street around the corner, and I just thought, well, somebody must have had a late party or an early party or something. I don't know. And I thought I saw one cop car, so I thought he was probably there investigating the cars. My theory now is it was probably news people and or undercover people waiting for the event. They arrested a couple people in the house, towed away 3 cars. Apparently there was that one kind of fancy car there, and then there was one in the garage and a truck in the garage, and they came in, they busted down the fence door with a SWAT vehicle, because they weren't sure what was going on in the backyard, so they pulled into the backyard to make sure that, if there were any other cars or people or anything like that, they wouldn't get out through the fence. They threw in flashbangs through the front windows. The front window was completely shattered. And then after they had arrested people and moved them on, they took apart that silver car. They took the doors off. They searched every inch of that car, every component, to see if there were hidden drugs. I didn't see any canine units in the news reports, but I know they were looking for that kind of stuff. And apparently it was trying to bust a pretty large drug ring. And so I'm glad that they caught them, absolutely. And I'm thrilled that our local police cooperated with the FBI in doing that, and I think absolutely should be a crackdown. I know that there are areas in our city where some undesired elements are. I couldn't walk around and tell you, well, that neighborhood's a drug neighborhood or that neighborhood is. There are a couple neighborhoods in our area that have a reputation. But I know that meth has been a big issue in our area, and it seems like, particularly in the South Puget Sound, that's more common. Although the drug reports mentioned that cocaine was one of the things that this drug ring was involved in as well. So the great news, I guess, and I'm not trying to manufacture a silver lining, but I do want to encourage myself to look at the positive and encourage my family to look at the positive, is that none of the kids were involved. No kids were harmed. They weren't trafficking to children. The FBI did catch them and get them out of the neighborhood, which has been excellent. And I'm glad that it's there. And I refuse to move. I refuse to entertain the idea that our neighborhood is rubbish now or ruined or anything like that. In fact, when that happened, I went home. I left work early because I wanted to show the kids that we were still there, that they were safe, and lend some stability to just their afternoon, so they could, see that we're still here. We're still part of the neighborhood. It has increased my desire for, to want to see like a neighborhood watch, or I've even thought about a neighborhood patrol in the area. Get some people who are willing to do an evening patrol or early morning patrol, because every once in a while we have taggers that show up and we'll tag stop signs or whatever. It's really decreased actually over the last year, but I think having a patrol is good. I'm also thinking about talking to some of the moms and dads in the neighborhood to get some crosswalk vests, flashlights, and be out during Halloween, and just kind of watching the streets and being at intersections and stuff to look out for kids and look out for people. Just be a friendly protective force out there for folks. So I might start that discussion earlier rather than later. Maybe this weekend I'll start talking to people and see if I can get people on board. So yeah, it's my neighborhood, and I like it, and I want to protect it, and I want to show that there is solidarity, and that we're not going to be, that we're there, and we're not going to be pushed out by a criminal element. So a little bit longer today. I appreciate you sticking with it. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It is Friday, and I'm very glad for that. I'm getting better. You can probably still hear in my voice, though, that I'm a bit congested, so I'm looking forward to recovering completely. It's taking a little bit longer than I want. I think that's true anytime you're sick. So everybody have a great weekend. This has been TheBigJB. I'll see everybody on Monday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Voice of the Big JB. Bye.